Hi, good afternoon. My name is Gregor from GridDuck. It's an auspicious day. I've got my first customer, or our first customer, on a stand right next to us. It's Amit Roy from Engas. He says he's a happy customer, so please do see him on stand. I think it's 42 or 43. So we've developed a cloud-based energy automation platform with third-party hardware and then our own software built in Amazon Web Service. Just to show you what is the problem. So 2 facts. Businesses always want to cut their energy costs. Another fact is that electricity costs, by their nature, vary during the day. It's a chart, half-hourly wholesale price, and it's almost double from 30 to 70 pounds. I think it's like a winter day. The third fact is that controlling appliances is extremely difficult with cabling, with old building standards, hardware costs, etc. So most people just don't bother unless you have a BMS. So what we provide is a bridge. It's a bridge between the asset owner over here and the appliances over there, just random appliances that I've selected. So we provide a software interface and a user interface. Most of our customers, potential customers, have their own very sophisticated software suites they've built over the years. So these are like energy consultants, demand response aggregators, utilities. They would integrate with our API. Others might just play around with the user interface, which I can show you on our stand. We have then put together lots of different switches and sensor. Each of those devices switches, and each one is also a sensor. And then there's additional sensors like humidity, air pressure, etc. And you can then build your own rule sets as you please. Give you an example. So a very small energy consultancy brought us to a fuel station near Oldham, and they said, can we do some playing around with some of their assets? And we saw a hot water boiler, which was on all the time with a thermostat, and we installed a wireless control, which is a relay there. And then the energy consultant put a rule set on for 15 minutes every 4 hours, and then they got a 38% saving. They could obviously change that as they please. We're just the enabler for that. So our route to market, as I mentioned, is energy consultants, facility managers. They want to have things that are labor saving, so they don't have to check rooms, check floors. They can have that in there, switch things on and off from the control room. Also talking to demand response aggregators about frequency response, which is a very simple rule set. As I before mentioned, Engas, who are here, actually a manufacturer. So we're being built into a few products, radiators, pressurized gas, and also to energy suppliers. Our target market is the energy efficiency market, which I've put here. There's the light green, and there's a darker green, which is the energy flexibility. The reason why I put them together is when we actually talk to energy consultants, they always talk about solar panels and storage, etc. So I think everybody is more and more moving into energy flexibility, but it's still called energy efficiency. Our team, very small, so it's myself and 2 software developers, Richard and Alex, and then we have Nick, who used to work at Kiwi Power and Tempus, knows the market very well, and he's kind of our voice of the customer. Myself, I was at T-Mobile and did created a smart home product for households, and I thought actually maybe a B2B version of that would be much more sensible, also focusing on something that's actually useful rather than, to say, switching off the lights from an app. Then we have Richard, who has a background in machine learning, and then Alex, who's worked with Richard before at different startups. So they bring a flavor of Silicon Valley to us. Thank you. We're now at the stage where we kind of launch ready and trying to sell this year, doing more demonstrator projects. We've passed a security test with an ethical hacker. We've got a patent application in progress. I just wanted to mention some of the trials we're doing something in fuel retail, something in a hotel with a specialist energy consultant there, industry, and also residential. And we're approved for £300,000 for ES and SEIS. And that's it from me. Thank you very much.